Hey, what's up guys? Kobe Cheese here, and I wanted to bring you a commentary of one of my Fizz matches. I've been playing a whole crap load of Fizz. This is actually one of my earlier games on him, and the reason I wanted to do a commentary on one of my earlier games on him is because I wanted to try and help teach you guys that are trying to play Fizz some of the mistakes that you can make on him and how to better play him. So I'll probably put up a game from one of my more recent matches later, but I just want to throw this one out there first. That way you guys can get a good idea of how to play Fizz if you're starting out, and I can kind of go over. I think you learn more from mistakes than you do from just saying, oh, hey, look at me. I just walked in there and killed 5 people because I'm fed, you know, something like that. So what I did in this match is I decided to go to the middle lane. I wasn't sure who was going to go middle. They actually had kind of a weird team comp setup, and it ends up I'm going against Malphite, and I was like, well, I don't know how this is going to work out. I figured Malphite should be pretty simple for me because I can use my E to just hop over and dodge his little Q strike, which is those little wheel things that jump out at me, if you're wondering. And that doesn't really work out because when you're playing against a champion that can spam abilities and it doesn't cost him a lot of abilities to do that, your E is actually a huge mana cost. I believe it's about 90 at level 1. So using it to dodge those is just not feasible. And so he can pop those out on a lower cooldown and a much lower mana cost than it would cost for me to dodge them. So right now, it's actually a pretty big counter to me. I can't actually go up there and get any farm. And really, all I'm going to be able to do is wait until later in the game when I'm strong enough to just go on and take him or wait for a gank. Unfortunately, I've tried to go in and get a little bit too many last hits. I've used quite a few health potions, and what happened was I took just way too much harass. I should have just let him push to the tower, which is what it is now, and then I would have had, you know, more mana, and I can sit here and last hit a little bit better and probably return some harass on him. But now I'm actually out of mana, and I've used all of my health potions, and so I put myself in a pretty bad situation against this Malphite. At this point, I'm just gonna have to be super passive. One thing I do want to let you know is that when I play Fizz, I level up my W first. Basically, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, whether I'm jungling Fizz or whether I'm doing a lane Fizz, because all of your damage is going to come from that W. So you can hit your W and then pop your Q on them, and it'll apply that extra on-hit damage from your W when you do Q them, because whenever you Q, any kind of on-hit effect does get applied. You won't actually level up your Q first. You level up your E after your W, because all the Q is good for is applying those on-hit effects and your auto attack damage, whereas the E will give you tons of extra damage and allow you to farm big creep waves as you get higher level, you know, once you get some AP items and that sort of thing. For now, though, I'm in a pretty bad situation. I really actually shouldn't even be in the lane. I'm being a little bit greedy, trying to get the last bit of farm. I do believe it would be a lot better if Leona was in there to take some of the farm, but as you can see, I ended up wasting my flash. He flashed in on me, Q'd me, E'd me, and ignited, and that was it for me. I shouldn't have even flashed out because it wouldn't have helped me at all. Obviously, it didn't, and I died. Pretty bad situation, not the best start. We're already 0-4 as a team, so not looking good. Malphite straight up countering me, and it's not really working out in my best interest. I would have been okay, I believe, against him. I would have lost lots of farm, but if I had, again, like I said, just waited and let him push to the tower, it would have been much better. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to pick up my Doran's. Whenever I play Fizz, my build of choice is to pick up 2 Doran's rings and then go into a Death Cap from that point. I found this to be the most beneficial build for me, in my opinion. Now, right now, I tried to engage on the Malphite, and I took a ton of creep damage. It wasn't really the best, but I do believe I was able to kind of bait out the attack a little bit. I did get the kill, and I can go back safely to the base right now. I really shouldn't be staying in the lane because I don't know if you noticed, they actually have double jungle. They've got a Twitch, and they also have a... there you go, just got ganked, and so it was a really bad mistake on my part to stick in and stay in the lane there. I threw out my fish, and we were able to do a ton of damage to that Fiddlesticks, and it even baited Decibel there on Rumble to go in and try and get a kill. So unfortunately, me staying in too long actually lost us 2 deaths, and you could say, yeah, sure, it was his fault for staying in there and trying to fight that as well, but at the same time, it was kind of like a bait. Not everybody has the self-control to go back, and of course, that's why I didn't either. So just one of those other mistakes. If you just got a nice kill like that, and you know that there's 2 junglers missing or whatever, or even 1 jungler missing, and they could potentially be close about to kill you in like 1 hit, then just get the heck out of there. It's not worth getting 1 or 2 creeps to die and have to worry about that. So what I decided to do is Vigar was top, and I wanted to go up and face off against him. Fizz just wrecks Vigar completely, and you can zone him out really well. Even though I'm kind of far behind, the Vigar's not really ahead. He wasn't getting a lot of kills on the top lane, so it's not like a big deal. And as you can see, I just kind of jump onto him. I did miss my E, so I wasn't able to do that extra damage, lost a bit of mana. But the main thing you want to do is you want to try and harass with your W and your Q. If you don't have to use your E, then don't worry about using it, because it's nice to save that mana until you want to use like a kill shot, or potentially just use your E to run away and escape a counter gank on you. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to farm up as much as possible here. Anytime I get a chance, I'm going to get in range of him. I do have my ultimate, so I'm going to pop it onto him, and it looks like he's pretty much screwed. There we go. There you have it. So Vigar really easy to deal with Fizz. You can jump over his stuns, and you can dash through different things and kind of zone him out a whole lot. So he's really good against those type of casters. If you're playing against any kind of caster that has a skill shot, nuke, or anything that you can just dodge a large part of their damage, Fizz is going to be great against them. The reason Malphite doesn't work out is because he's got a really low cooldown, low mana cost nuke. Any kind of champion that has a low mana cost range nuke that can harass you easily like that and not take a lot of damage in return is going to beat Fizz. So even champions like Vladimir will do really well against him because he's got that no mana cost harass on you. But you can at least do fairly well against somebody like him, I found. There's just a few different comps. I found that Fizz, if you can get past the early game, he can get really, really strong. The main thing is to just play. You have to learn how to play him in a way that, there we go, damn, lots of damage on that Vigar. One combo and he's already below half. But again, the main thing when you're playing Fizz and is to just survive the early game and get high enough level to get your fish out and get a couple of items. So right there, I tried to make a power play. I flashed in and tried to hit him with my fish. What I ended up doing was wasting flash and my ultimate. It was kind of silly and greedy. I just was like, oh yeah, this would be really cool if I can land this. It was one of those things where, oh man, if it, you try and do something, it doesn't work out. I guess if I was playing super serious mode, I wouldn't have really done that. But I noticed Leona was coming in here. She got a nice little stun in and easy kill for us on the tower. He was low health from my harass earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and jump out of there. I do have 3 Dorans. I used to do the 3 Dorans build onto Fizz, but honestly, I don't really like that anymore. I like to go for that death cap as soon as possible, and that seems to be what has worked out best for me so far. But anyways, I was able to take out that tower thanks to Leona killing the Vigar, and middle lane is having lots of trouble. Looks like Rumble just died again to the Malphite. So the Malphite's getting pretty damn strong right now, and I believe he's actually building AP, which is interesting. So he's talking a lot of trash, and that's what makes me really excited about this game, is that he tried to really make us feel bad about him doing well, and we're gonna try our best to make this work out. So right now what I did was I finished up my Sorcerer boots, and that's gonna work out pretty decent. I'll have a lot of nice penetration against that Vigar. Normally I don't do this nowadays. What I'll do is I'll just go straight for my death cap after my 2 Dorans and brown boots. But you can go 3 Dorans and a Sorc boots, and that gives you a nice early game for a little bit. I just like to go towards that late game as soon as possible when I play now. Anyways, we tried to get a gank off onto that Malphite, trying to shut him down at least a little bit, get that extra gold. He did see that coming and he ulted away. Not a big deal. I did use my ult, but it's a short cooldown. It's only 74 seconds, so I'll have it up before too long. Of course, I am speeding up these slow farming parts, so hopefully you guys don't mind that. I mean, it's just farming. Plus, I was kind of bad at it when I first started. You got to get used to the fact that he does a little bit of extra damage with his attacks. The cool thing is that if you miss a last hit, he does do a lot of extra damage based on missing health. So you can actually get a last hit on a minion even if you misjudged it a little, as long as your creeps aren't hitting it a whole lot. So here comes Vigar. He has low mana, but he backed out. Not going to be able to make anything happen to him. My main goal right now is to just farm up as much as I can and try to avoid any ganks. I'm going to play as safe as possible. I did have a couple of bad situations there in middle. I only have 2 deaths against that Malphite, but since then I've just tried my best to not put myself into any bad situations. The main thing you want to do is get your death cap and your Lich Bane so that you can just completely melt people for no problem at all. And I went ahead and tried to throw my fish down onto the Twitch. I didn't think it would really kill him, but I wanted to waste the ultimate from Zilean. Unfortunately, it was a really bad shot, and I just ended up hitting Zilean and not doing really that much damage to him at all. So no real benefit came out of that one. We're just trying to push this tower down. We have 3 people here. and it seems pretty safe so far. We know that Twitch is here, so he's not like coming up behind us or anything like that. Honestly, our main goal should be to be getting that dragon. We need to get some wards in the area, and then we should try and either force a fight out at the dragon area, because I do believe we have a stronger team fight as long as we don't get ulted on by fiddlesticks. So if we went for that dragon, that would be good. And we could probably have our jungler go start on the dragon with one other person while we kind of kept them busy, as long as we didn't let ourselves get engaged on. But we are going to have a little bit of a dive here. I don't like this dive, and as you can see, diving a Zillion, never really the best thing. He's going to be able to easily get out of there, and the Rumble continues to chase past 2 towers. I don't think that's the best, so I'm saying screw you guys. I'm going to go out. I'm not gonna do that. And as you can see, the Zillion and the Fiddlesticks both get kills onto them for diving like that. Not really the best. We didn't even have Ashe there. If Ashe was there, it would have been a little bit better off, but no, that was not the case. And here we go. I'm staying a little bit too long to try and help out Ashe do some damage to him. This is not the best, because they did just finish killing us, and boom, there goes the stun from the Veigar, and he's going to be able to easily finish me off with a nice Ignite. And so we ended up getting aced off of that, and I think, no, actually, we had our jungler get away just barely, so that was a really huge mistake. That double dive was not necessary. We could have easily just taken the tower or taken a dragon, and that would have been the best bet overall. That double dive was way too greedy, and it resulted in us losing 4 people and probably gonna be, okay, well, they're not gonna take that tower. They're not gonna be able to take that tower, but it was really close to them being able to do that. So at this point, I don't know if they've already gotten the dragon. It seems like it's still up. We do have the vision of that. Rumble gets caught once again. Not looking good. We're actually in a really bad situation with everybody getting caught here. So I see that there's a lot of farm up top. I'm going to jump in there and try and get that down as quick as possible. Whenever you're farming the creeps, what you want to do on Fizz is try and let them either get to your creeps or whatever, and then jump, click your E right in the middle of the ranged and the melee minions, and then don't click your E again, and it should be able to hit all 6 minions, and you will be able to do a lot. Oh crap, I just got caught by that Malphite. He tried to kill me, but I flashed over the wall and was able to get away safely, and I don't know why I ran around like that to go back to base, but I did. That was kind of weird. I could have gotten caught again, but in any case, I seem to be doing okay here, farming it up. I did get my blasting wand, and we're looking at about 770 gold, so good ways until the needlessly large, and our Alistar has now gotten sights of the Malphite. He's going to be, okay, so that was good. They actually baited out the ultimate from the, oh man, from the Zillion, but it does seem like he got away, so it's potentially going to just bait out more kills onto our team. Yeah, Fiddlesticks got 2 kills there because they decided to chase past the point where he got away. Rumble does pick up Malphite, since Malphite was the low one in the back there, but overall, still a bad play. We just got baited. Our team should have, once Zillion gets away, you should really not chase him unless you are for sure that you'll catch him, because getting baited into the rest of their team is just going to cause bad things to happen, and that's what seems to be going on here. So now we're already 9-23. Most people would probably want to give up right now. It's almost 20 minutes in the game. If I was playing solo queue and not with some friends, then this would be kind of bad, I think. So the main thing you want to keep in mind is that the game is never over until it's over. I mean, people make mistakes all the time. We're obviously making a lot of mistakes right now, and that's pretty much what is putting us in this situation. If people would stop diving and doing reckless and unnecessary things, then we would be a lot better off. So at this point, you can see I'm just standing around farming. I'm trying to set the role, I guess, play the role model in this game of just staying back and not getting caught. There does seem to be a little bit of a fight here. The Malphite uses ult to run away, so that means he's not baiting. He's actually literally trying to get away. It could be bad, though, with everybody coming here. I saw that Fiddle was jumping over, so I jumped backwards. Now I throw on my ultimate. I'm going to be able to pick up some kills here. I get a kill onto the Twitch with my ult. Unfortunately, I didn't get the kill onto the Zillion because he did pop his ulti onto himself, but I might be able to get the kill if I'm getting that. Yeah, there we go. I did jump in there and get the kill on time, so I was able to pick up 2 kills in that fight, so that actually worked out really well for us. I got a red buff. I'm going to be able to pick up my needlessly large rod. Nice bit of farm down bottom, and we might even be able to pick up this tower now that their team's down, so that worked out really well. Like I said, games are never over until they're over. That fight right there really helped us get back, even though we are like over 10 kills behind, or 11 kills behind at this point. At the point that if I continue farming up and I get a Death Cap and a Lich Bane, I'll be able to just completely wreck them. They have a lot of squishies. They've got a Twitch. They've got a Zillion. And those, just that alone is enough for me to really be able to kick some butt. So all we got to do is just really hang in there and just play our team fights safely. I think with a an Alistar, able to help control battles, knock back that Fiddlesticks when he ults in. That's just really beneficial to our team. So they could be going for a Baron here. They are kind of playing us in that direction, trying to bait it out. I don't believe they're actually going to go for it, so we just have to be careful. Oh no, it looks like Pooxie got actually caught. That Malphite does have a Deathfire Grasp, so I imagine that he just completely melted her instantly in that fight. And so that's not good. We just need to be careful not to get caught. Now that it's 4v5, it's going to be one of those situations where we just need to defend. They seem to be not grouped up, though. The Vigar is down bottom, so we could engage here, and that is what happens. We do get a nice engage from the Rumble, and looks like Fiddlesticks comes out of the jungle doing lots of damage, but we do take him out very quickly, able to pick him up. Alame goes down, but missed. Okay, well, that was a nice ulti from the Rumble. Been able to do just enough damage to the to the Rat that I was able to pick him up with another kill. I'm going to flash over the wall, jump onto the Malphite, and pick him up. Even another kill for me, so now I'm at 6-3. I'm getting quite fed. I know that Vigar just used all of his abilities. Usually I would run away from it at this point, but since he used all of his abilities, I'm going to be able to easily take him out. There we go. Use my E to catch up to him, and then W and Q, and he is done. Lots of damage there. Pooxie using her arrow to try and catch somebody. Not going to hit anyone, so I'm just going to go ahead and get out of there. I'm low health, and now I can pick up my Sheen. I'm getting really close to getting, like, just God mode. Once you get death cap on a Fizz, that alone is really strong. And then as you pick up a Lich Bane, that's where it just goes crazy. So here we are. I'm going to blow up all the creep waves. You can notice I just jump into the middle of them with my E, and it just explodes everything. Another thing about Fizz is that he does have kind of mana issues, mainly when you're using a lot of your tricksters. So if you can pick up blue buffs, that's going to be the strongest person to have blue buff on your game in your team, because Fizz with nice cooldowns and unlimited mana is just going to blow people. Oh no, Booksy gets caught once again, getting ignited, getting knocked up, and the Q, but she does just barely get away there. Look at how low she was. She's able to get away. That's got to be frustrating for the Malphite, but that did happen to us a couple of times earlier. Looks like our Rumble was disconnected, but he reconnected just now, so that's going to help us out. Able to pick up a kill onto the Malphite there, and I'm about to die here. I think I am going to go down to that ignite. That sucks. Just that last tick of ignite take me out, and I don't know if they're going to be able to pick up this Vigar, but he is really low. Boom! Did pick up the kill. What a nice escape. Alame actually picks it up and then flashes over the wall. That was a really good play. So our team is looking good. We are really far behind right now, but I think that if we can just kind of hang in there and keep making these nice plays, and if they keep making these mistakes, then we'll be good. So Fiddlesticks uses Drain. His Drain is down. Now it looks like Twitch came out in a little bit of a silly position, but if he keeps chasing, he's going to die because Fiddlesticks just used his ult, and they got baited out. That was a terrible decision to continue chasing. As you can tell, I mean, if a Fiddlesticks runs like that and he's still got his ult up, there's no reason to chase that far back. I mean, there's nothing you can do with a Zillion giving speed buffs and slowing you down. You're just going to get destroyed. And that's exactly what we saw happen there. Alright, so I'm a little bit close. I think it costs about like 2,200 once you get a Sheen to pick up a Lich Bane. So I have a little bit of ways to go. I'm just going to farm up as much as possible, about 1,000 gold, and I'll be good. Pooxie and Alame down bottom, almost getting caught by the enemy team, but they are able to make it out, so that looks good. I'm just going to continue doing, like I said, I'm just going to continue farming. That's kind of like what I do with Fizz. He's kind of like the hotshot GG mode. You just farm as much as possible. But the cool thing about Fizz is that what you want to do, especially if you're able to get set in the middle lane, is you want to like push your lane and then try and go gank. He's such a good ganker. And here we go. We're going to catch their Fiddlesticks. I throw out my ult, actually missing him, but I do get the kill. I think he walks right into it, and I was able to pick that up. And that was a really nice pickup for me. So 9 kills now. I'm doing really good. That's the thing about Fizz, is when you play him, you're going to have so many kills because he's such a bursty caster. And he's like, also another reason is that you do more damage based on how much health is missing. So you're just going to really wreck people that are low, and you're just that low health, bursty assassin type of character. And that's one reason I really like Fizz. I mean, a huge melee player, and he's also a melee assassin AP carry. So it's like he does all these different roles, and he does them really well. He's also very jukey, and it's a lot of fun. So right here, we know that Rumble's going to get caught. There's no reason to stick around to that. He's just going to flash out to help us escape so that they cannot chase Ashe, and we should be able to make it out alive. We did take that tower. Maybe stayed a little bit too long, but you know, of course, with the Vigar stun, it's hard to get away from after that. So In any case, we're going to jump over here, and it looks like they're going to be going for Baron. After I jumped over the wall, I looked on the minimap and noticed that. So I'm going to try my best to take this from him. I'm going to shoot at my shark. Hopefully my shark can pick up the kill onto it, and boom, lots of damage. We did get the steal from that. We used 2 ultimates. Element used his ulti, and my shark did lots of damage. They're going to be able to run right in there. I didn't even use my flash yet because I knew I didn't need to. Able to pick up that Zillion, no problem, and we catch that Fizz. Or not the Fizz, but the Twitch. The Twitch goes down, and I'm going to jump over the stun, but I forgot to use flash. I would have been able to easily catch him at that point, but I really screwed that one up. No problem. At least you guys can see that's how you could have got over a Vigar stun if he was going to use it, as you can flash over one part of it and then use your E to leap over the next and then Q to him. Unfortunately, I just didn't play it out that well. So here we go. Now that their team is down, we do have Baron. I'm going to try and push this top lane. It's easy for me to kill creep waves and push very quickly. Another good thing about Fizz is that his W, it does add extra damage to towers. So if you're able to get to towers and you've got a lot of extra AP, you'll be doing big damage to those towers, and it's just really good to see that. So or at least I think it does. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. But in any case, I am able to take that tower down quite easily. And unfortunately, the Twitch is able to catch to me, so I flash and use my E to try and get out of there. But they do get a slow onto me. I use my ultimate to try and do some damage to that Malphite. I figured I could get away at this point, but they're able to get a nice exhaust on me, and I don't think I can escape at this point because he gets another slow, and that's going to be it for me. If I had known that I was going to get exhausted and slowed that many times, I probably would have just killed Malphite. All I needed to do was Q him, and he would have instantly died. Now, unfortunately, this is bad because Decibel comes in here and gets juked completely, and he's just going to get owned, and now our entire team is coming in from behind, and it looks bad because we're all coming in one at a time, and it does not look good because Malphite, even though he's low, he can still run in and use his abilities. Boom, there's Zillion with his ultimate. That's going to bring back that Twitch, and now Fiddlesticks with his ulti doing big damage. Pooksy getting caught out of position and now dead. Now with all 5 of them there, this cow is on the run. He's going to lose. Red Mercy is going to lose his oracles, and that's bad. So I got the tower, and that was great. It was one kill for 1 tower, and that would have been fine, but unfortunately our entire team came up there and tried to be greedy and pick up kills, and that was just a terrible mistake on their part. They should have just backed off and taken either another tower or tried and picked up, you know, the jungle buffs or whatever the case is, but we would have been perfectly fine with that. So there we go. The Malphite actually just used his ultimate to stop Red Mercy from running away any further. They do pick up the kill on him, and in the meantime I'm saying, whatever dudes, I'm just going to go get my red buff and pick up the double golem. So right now at this point, I did get my Lich Bane. I'm going to be really strong. I'm going to be able to instigate people basically. So what I wanted to do was pick up that red buff. Your red buff helps a whole lot on Fizz, especially because of the slow, and then also the fact that you can get a blue buff. Bam, double buff Fizz. I'm going to be really strong. Now in this game I wasn't really sure what to build after my Death Cap and Lich Bane. Nowadays what I do is I'll pick up a Riley's Crystal Scepter because it gives you that extra health and slow. So a little bit of survivability, a little bit of AP, and that nice utility to be able to just make it to where targets will not be able to run away from you at all. In this game though, I believe what I decided to go for was like a second Death Cap. I was like, I don't know, I'll just get a lot of AP this game. So that's just so you know, letting you know right now, this is what, again, one of my earlier games on Fizz, so I had a little bit to learn, a little bit to improve on. So at this point in the game, I feel that we're in a pretty good position. I was able to push down several towers. We do have their middle inhibitor, and I have great farm. I've got 10 kills. The rest of our team is fairly strong. We're tanky enough to actually handle a good amount of burst. The Fiddlestick can jump in there and do some good stuff to us. But overall, they do have a Twitch. Twitch is not the strongest champion anymore. Nice arrow. We're able to catch their Zillion. He does use his ulti, but it's not going to matter because his ulti is now down. His whole team is not there to help engage, so he's just going to get taken out. I use my Q. Boom. He gets insta-gibbed right away. And this game is looking like it's pretty much over. With us being able to catch Zillion like that, I think that's going to seal the deal for us. I'm just going to go ahead and push down these creeps as much as we can. LMA is going to go ahead and tank the tower. While they dive, I'm going to take out the tower because I know that they'll probably be able to survive long enough. But if we sit here and take a lot of tower hits, it's going to be really difficult for us to survive that. Now that the Fiddlesticks is down, I'm going to go jump on to the Vigar. He goes down extremely quickly, and I can pretty much take out the Malphite. There's not much that he can do. Look at all that burst. He went full AP. He doesn't have a lot of magic resist, so I was easily able to finish him off without a problem. And at this point, the game's over. There's nothing they can do. We've already got one inhibitor. Well, we kind of did have one inhibitor. Now we got one inhibitor again. And I'm going to try and take this one out. it's going to be pretty much GG. I am super fed and strong right now. I've got 13 kills, Lichbane, Deathcap. That's the cool thing about Fizz is that you can almost always get fed, even in games that I've been like, I was in a game where my team was probably 30 kills behind, and I was still like 10-2 on Fizz or something like that. It was ridiculous. So, I mean, Fizz, I think, is one of the strongest champions in the game right now. I almost think that they're going to nerf him later just because of, I don't know, it just feels like I'm way stronger than any other champion that I've played. I love playing Talon. I think Talon's great. Talon's super awesome right now. But I think right now Fizz is in an okay position because you do have to play him really well in the early game. His laning phase is not the best. It's kind of difficult to get to that strength that you want to be at. But for the most part, it's not that big of a deal. We just found them trying to go for Baron. We're going to try and catch them out of position. If we can catch one person, it's going to be the end. Here comes Fiddlesticks. He's going to go in, and he's going to get insta-gibbed or knocked away. Okay, not insta-gibbed, but he does get knocked away by the Alistar, so that's not a big deal. We do take out Malphite. Malphite is really squishy, so Puxie's able to easily knock him out. And at this point, we're just going to slowly push in for the win. Anyways, guys, it's coming towards the end of the game. Hopefully you enjoyed this early commentary of one of my Fizz games, and I'll probably try and put out some more stuff. I have been playing nothing but Fizz lately, and I maybe even do like a full tutorial guide like I do on some champions with him. So help support me. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed this commentary and want to see some more. I'll, I guess, see you guys around for the next one, though. That's pretty much the end of this game, and I'll see in this Kobe Cheese. Peace out.
Oh, we're just winning.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Move.
Victory!
Well, I'm glad I stayed, but now I really have to go. GG.
GG.